Okay. We're here to close it out. We're going to work on engaging our pelvic floor. But first, we're going to work on our stance, or how we're standing. We're going to work on a stance called Wu Qi. And Wu Qi symbolically is before the separation of yin and yang. So you can think about it, this is before the Big Bang. And then when you start doing Tai Chi, you're balancing yin and yang, or incoming and outgoing force. But for right now, Wu Qi means this: feet parallel, knees slightly bent. I want you to take your sacrum, push it down, and then maybe tuck it under a little bit. We're going for neutral pelvis. If you know how to do a neutral pelvis, that's what we're working for. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit more than neutral pelvis, but that's a great start. So that's, if you're a yoga person and you understand that, that's great. So notice, I'm going to try to tuck. Now notice hip flexors. We've been working our hip flexors, so hopefully they're a little bit loose. All right, I'm trying to get my pelvis as level as I can. Now, here's the next part. The fontanelle. So if you think about the top of your ear, you reach up here, the soft spot. Imagine there's a balloon there and it's pulling up your head, pulls your chin up. So notice, if I push that up, it straightens my back. So I'm trying to pull my back down here. I'm trying to get my back as flat as possible, relaxed. That's the bottom up to the shoulders. Next thing is turn your hands a little bit. So turn your hands in a little bit. What this does is this medial into the middle, medial rotation relaxes these ligaments. It allows you to collapse your chest down into your pelvic floor. That is, you can relax your spinal column down. When I say engage the pelvic floor, what I really mean is, if you think about this, you can think about from your waist down as like a broom head. All right. What I'm doing is I'm taking my spine, I'm straightening it in, and I say straightening it, I'm putting it into its natural form, which is a bit of a curve. And then I'm relaxing my midsection down. And when I do that, I should feel more pressure in my heels. All right, so let's go through that again. Feet parallel, knees bent. Sacrum, push sacrum down, tuck under a little bit. I want you to feel like you're stretching your hip flexors. Push your head up, turn your hands in a little bit, and then try to relax down the middle. This takes a lot of practice. There we go, that's pretty good right there. Yeah, that's it. And I haven't been saying this, but also, if you really want to dig into this, there's 9 places you should be engaged with the floor. If you have, assuming you have all your toes, 5 toes, outside of the foot, that's number 6. The 2 balls at the front of the foot, 7, 8, heel, 9. What that does is it creates a suction cup and it brings energy up, right? If you're following the flow of energy. But what we're doing is we're engaging our pelvic floor. Now, what we're going to do is finish out with total breathing. Total breathing, we started with 4-8 breathing, now we're going to do 6-6 breathing. So I want you to just take basically 6 breaths a minute. If you're a little bit taller because of the larger lungs, you might want to take more like 3.5, 3.8 breaths a minute, but that's fine. And what I want you to do is I want you to, let's just do this a few times. We're going to, knees bent, we're going to reach up, look up, and then work our way down. So that's the motion. Let's talk about the visualization. I want you to imagine that all around you is qi, it's energy. You bring your arms together. Now, the visualization is part of total breathing. So we're doing this visualization as a part of the breathing process. So I'm visualizing that I'm bringing together a huge ball of energy. As I get tighter and tighter, it gets brighter and brighter. And then I pull that bright energy down through my system. And as I'm doing that, I imagine the crown of my skull is lit up. Now my skull, my chin, my neck, my collarbones, my chest, my arms and my chest, etc. All the way down, hips, shins, knees. Sorry, waist. I forgot the waist. And then as it goes down into the ground, imagine white light going into the ground and forming the web of a tree, the roots of a tree. So let's do that again. Reach up, and we're doing this with breath, and I'll be bringing that in for a second. Bright light, down the spine lights up, bright, 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 all the way down. And then that energy goes through that arch of your foot into the ground, and it forms the webbing of a tree. Okay, that's one visualization. Now, I want you to sort of bring your arms out, reach down, bend down as far as you go. Visualize reaching into the earth, grabbing a huge ball of green energy from the center of the earth and pulling it up. It comes into that arch of your foot right here. Comes up your bones are turning green. Your legs are green, your hips and waist is green. Rib cage, arms, throat, head, and out of your head comes willow branches that come back down to the ground. So let's go ahead and bring that back up again. So we go down into the ground, visualize a huge infinite ball of green energy. Pull that green energy up through our body. My feet are green, my shins are green, my knees are green, my thighs are green, hips, waist, chest, arms, shoulders, etc. All the way up. The leaves of a willow tree are forming. So now let's do that. As you inhale, we're going to inhale to a count of 6 and form the ball. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale and push the ball down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. Push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. Reach down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now continue. We'll start again. We'll do that whole sequence. At the visualization, we're checking our breathing. And one last thing, if you can do it, constrict your throat, ujjayi breathing. That'll stimulate your vagus nerve. When you do 5 breaths a minute, ujjayi breathing, vote by constricting your throat, and visualizations, that has a whole bunch of neurological benefits. So yeah, there's some mystical stuff there, but you can also look at the fMRI scans to see the effect of what we're doing on our brain. And again, this whole process is good stuff. So now, starting from here, my hands are sort of at my side, knees bent. Inhale to a count of 6. Take that bright ball for 6 seconds down to your waist, and exhale. You see your skull lighting up and the rest of your body. Inhale, pausing at your mid-dantian. Exhale, push down through your legs into the ground. See the roots growing stronger and stronger. Inhale, dig into the ground to a count of 6. Exhale and pull it up to the middle. You're at your mid-dantian, just below your belly button. Inhale and pause for 6. Exhale to a count of 6. 2. And then just swing your arms back. All right, now, you're probably a little tired, so let's finish as we started. Shake it out. Just a little bit of shake it. Remember, start from your feet, bend your knees a little bit. I'm gonna let my arms just sort of relax. Shake it out. All right, Tai Chi, Bagua, stretches. And it occurs to me that I need to add some dorsiflexion. So maybe next time I do it, there'll be some dorsiflexion. Thanks, bye.